What's going on, you guys? What is going on? What is going on, you guys? This be your boy, Scotty by Nature TV, and we're here for a brand new review of Belle Collective Birmingham Season 1, Episode 7. What is going on, you guys? I hope you guys are having a wonderful, wonderful Friday. And I intend on doing the exact same thing, you guys. What's y'all? What's the tea? Oh my God, here we go again. When I unplug my earphones, somehow, some way, my damn camera gets fucked up. So let me fix this camera real quick, y'all. Yeah, it needs to be fixed, y'all. Let me go ahead and fix this camera real quick. Do y'all see me? Can y'all even hear me, first of all? Let me unplug this again. Put this back in here. Now let me see. Let me change this camera. Okay, there we go. Now let me turn it on. There we go. Thank you. All right, so we are here. We're here for a new review of Belle Collective Birmingham, and we're already at the season finale. Ain't that something? We already at the season finale, all damn ready, and we at the the reunion is next week, which means that Belle Collective Jackson returns the week after next. In about 2 weeks, Belle Collective Jackson returns, honey. But I'll be at the Starry Awards the night that shit comes on, so y'all won't see no review of it until I get back to Atlanta that Sunday morning. Okay, so that's when y'all will. That's when you guys will see what's going on with that. But all in all, you guys, I'm very grateful to be here and to talk to you guys. So listen, I'm gonna let May go by first because I think we got like another week in May. After this week, we got one more week left in May. So I'm gonna continue the regular programming in May for this channel, but in June we get more. Okay. I got more time to devote to certain things. Like Love and Hip Hop is gone. So my Tuesdays are open. Chasing Atlanta is done. My Wednesdays are open. So the only shows that we have is Belle Collective, Love and Marriage Huntsville, and Real Housewives of Atlanta. Those are the only 3 shows that I got. And then, of course, we have our gossip videos whenever there's something to talk about. But June is also Black Music Month. So the music content is coming. So I need for you guys to be prepared for that because I've just been, dipping and dabbing in it since the year started. But I wanted to really, really, really get into the music content once Black Music Month happened. Me and DJ got to finish off our Keisha Cole reviews, and then we're gonna do our K Michelle reviews. We're gonna do a lot more, album reviews. I have a lot of lives that I intend on doing, like more music lives, like versus lives, like. There's like different ideas that I got in my head. So we're gonna do all of those things starting this summer in June. We're going into scripted territory too this time around. So, just trying to pivot just a little bit and all of those different things, y'all. So right now we're at the 4-minute mark. And let me see what moderators I got in here. I see I got Payne and Parker Boy, 2 of my favorites actually. So what I need for you guys to do is to make sure the chat is clean, make sure that everybody's engaging, and make sure that all 49 of these people that's watching right now likes this chat up with nothing but fire emojis as we go into the 5-minute mark. So let's go ahead and light this chat up, y'all. Light this chat up so we can get ready to get this show started, okay? Let's go ahead and light it up, y'all. Let's light it up. It's 56 of you guys up in here, so we need 56 people up in here engaging. So let's get it popping. 3, 2, 1. There we go. So let's go ahead and get into Belle Collective. Belle Collective Birmingham Season 1, Episode 7, meaning we are at the season finale of the season. All right. So let's go ahead and get into it. So we're going to open this thing up with the aftermath of Stormy versus Tiffany. And I must say that there were some wrongs on both sides. Like I said, like Wyclef Jean and Claudette Ortiz says, they say 2 wrongs don't make it right. So if I'm wrong, I ain't trying to fight. Okay. And the thing is, both Stormy and Tiffany was wrong. Tiffany got bad energy. Stormy got a bad attitude. Okay. All she had to do was move, get up and move. If Tiffany couldn't understand that she was claustrophobic, then that was on Tiffany. But I can't tell nobody how to react to some disrespect in their house. But I feel like Stormy didn't do anything but prove Tiffany's point when she reacted the way that she did. And that's what I didn't want Stormy to do, was to basically do exactly what she wanted her to do, and that was show the fuck out and call her all kinds of bitches and hoes and kicked her out the house. But Tiffany kind of was doing the absolute most. Now, Stormy had told Tiffany to leave, and then she was like, you barking, but you not biting. You barking, but you not. Like, girl, you're trying to get some shit going, and I really believe that Stormy will body slam your little skinny ass. Okay, Tiffany, you a child of God, as you say. So don't act like you a child of Layla Ali, because you know you're not. You say you're a child of Jesus, so be a child of Jesus. Okay, that's all I'm saying. We ain't got time for the bullshit. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. But Stormy played a part in this shit too. And I'm actually team Stormy when it comes down to this whole little situation between her and Tiffany. I'm actually team Stormy. But at the end of the day, I do think that she played a part into a lot of this shit that went down at her house. And I just don't think that she needed to do that. That's just me. Amber says that she is sad because, you know, both Tiffany and Amber are her real friends, and it's really hurting her that they're not getting along. I don't know if Amber is really sad, or is it them shots that got her overly emotional. But girl, shut up. They ain't gonna get along because, number one, Stormy already felt Tiffany's energy from the very beginning, and Tiffany is just a weird ass hoe. That's just what it is. Like, she's just weird as fuck. And I wouldn't want nobody like Tiffany up in my house anyway, because it'll be like, there's a stranger in my house. It took a while to figure out. Because there's no way she could be who she say she is, okay? Because she wouldn't provoke me like that. And she wouldn't treat me like you do. Okay? I'm just saying, like, that Tiffany, girl, you're doing too much. That's all I'm saying. You're doing the absolute fucking most. And I can't take it. I can't take it. And I can't deal with it. So there's tension in the air as the girls are eating their food. And Fumi was like, you can take this tension and cut it with a butter knife. But we're just going to blame the tension being in the air because everyone is quiet, because everyone's eating their food. And that is the best way to put it, honey, because one thing about black folks, if it's a bunch of black folks in one room, if they're all eating, everybody is quiet, okay? That's just like going to a repast at a funeral. We didn't all scream, we didn't cry. Some folks then fainted outside the burial. But then when we get to their damn repass and get around all the rest of the family and friends, we all talking and laughing and all this other stuff. But then when everybody gets their plate, everybody's shutting the fuck up and we're eating. That's normally what goes down. So Fumi can blame the whole tension in the air as being a means of, you know, being a means of them eating their food and not really wanting to talk because they got a mouthful of food in their mouth. So then they get ready to go over to the campfire and stuff like that, bar fire, whatever the fuck that shit is. And Amber says that she got to prepare for the shot, and so that is when what's her name? That is when Stormy was like, well, who's gonna do the shot? And so Amber decides to let Stormy do the shot. So Stormy says that she has a big fear of needles, but that was up until she had to do her own IVF journey. Lord, not Miss Wonder going live. Oh my God. I know I'm gonna have to watch this, but I know this ain't got nothing to do with what we're talking about. But anyway, what happened? But yeah, she had to do her own shots, and she's always been scared of needles, but she's gonna do this for Amber. So Amber preps for the shot. Stormy does the shot. Fumi damn near about to damn cry when she sees the fact that, you know, Stormy is over here getting the shot from Amber's over here getting the shot from Stormy, and she had to stick the entire needle up in what's her name, Amber's skin. And Stormy was like, you had to go through your whole skin. And she was like, yes. And then everybody's just, you know, looking like, oh my God, I can't believe this. I'm like, yo, come on there. Like, y'all ain't never had no needles before up in y'all. Like, come on there. I get that people are afraid of needles, but I be feeling like these girls be doing the absolute most at times, Chad. You know, that's just what I believe, Chad. It just the most. Um, but yeah, so what else is next? So then they want to write stuff on a piece of paper and they want to release it, right? So that is when everybody writes something on a piece of paper. So Sonetta says that she's releasing fear. Fear is a real thing. And I think that fear is a part of everybody's lives in this world. Like we all fear something, we all have a fear of something. It could be an animal, it could be something emotionally. We all have a fear. One of my biggest fears is like being, I fear love. I don't know how to receive love. I know how to give it, but I don't know how to receive it. I'm afraid of it. I don't know how to take it. Um, I'm so closed off. I don't know how to receive love from other people. And it could be because when I've tried to receive it in the past, it turned out not to be real love. It was always fake love. So that's one of my fears. So fear is a big part of a lot of our lives. And sometimes some people be like some people act like they're fearless, but I don't really think that there's a such thing as a fearless person. I do think that um there is a smidge of fear, you know what I mean, in people, like Jennifer, not Jennifer, but Jasmine Sullivan. I'm scared to try because I'm scared to fail. I'm scared to die because I'm scared of hell. I'm scared to kiss. I'm scared to hug. I'm scared of sex because I'm scared to touch. I'm scared to look because I'm scared to see. I'm scared of you because I'm scared of me. I'm scared to fly because I'm scared to crash. I'm scared to move on, so I live in the past. Like, those are all fears that we all have. You know what I mean? So but you know what? Just like Harold just said, and I want to highlight his comment, I like Sonetta. I know that I spent a lot of time saying, like, why is Sonetta here? But her energy is great. Like, I don't know why she wasn't like an official Belle at all, because she was on damn near every fucking episode. So I don't know why the fuck she wasn't no actual Belle. But I like her. I want to see more of her life. Maybe she didn't want to share that much of her life. That could be what it is. I mean, I don't know. Let's see. Fumi is releasing self-doubt. Self-doubt is a painful thing, and it's a silent killer amongst a lot of us. Just like she was sitting up here basically describing what it was like living as a Nigerian, and how they had fears and stuff, and they never felt like they was good enough. Self-doubt is a real thing. And when you're used to people telling you what you can do and what you can't do and what you will do and what you won't do, it's one of those things where it's kind of like, okay, so am I good enough to do anything? Am I good enough to talk about it? Am I good enough to be anything? And that is really a big thing. Like, people don't really realize how hard it is to really believe in yourself when other people don't. And sometimes you question your own self, and sometimes you feel like, am I really worthy? Is this really good enough? Like, am I really doing the right thing in my life? And I understand where Fumi is coming from, honestly. Like, we all have gone through, I know a lot of us have probably gone through a bout of self-doubt at the end of the day. I think we all have. You feel what I'm saying? So shout out to Fumi for being 100% real about that particular situation, because I know that we all have gone through it. Let's see. Kayla is releasing apologies for being herself. I thought that was kind of dope too, because why should I have to constantly apologize for simply being who I am? Why should I apologize for being real with myself and being real with you guys? Why should I apologize for simply doing what suits me? Why should I apologize for just being human? Why? And who do I owe an apology to? If you don't understand me, then you don't understand me. If I'm not your judge, then I'm not just your judge. If I'm not your type of person, then I'm not your type of person. If I'm not your type of guy, then I'm not your type of guy. But I'm never going to apologize for who I am. And I totally understood Kayla when she said she wanted to release that. Stormy is saying that she's releasing the spirit of I wish a bitch would, and it all comes from childhood trauma. When you're raised to be tough and you're raised to look over your shoulder all the time and you're raised to be defensive and you're raised to be like, I wish a bitch would, that can be a problem when you go into your adulthood. You know, people don't realize how hard, how prominent childhood trauma can be in your adulthood, but it's really up to you to really fix those avenues of your life. You feel what I'm saying? Like, I'm currently seeking therapy myself. I haven't found a therapist that I want yet, but I'm currently seeking therapy because I see how my trauma affects my life and affects my attitude and affects the way I communicate with people. You know what I mean? So there is a lot of that stuff. Like trauma really does do something to you, but we can't use trauma as a way to pacify ourselves and pretty much make excuses for our poor behavior, because let's be honest, when you let your trauma be a part of your everyday being and you allow your trauma to be the issue, then it can sometimes make you seem like you use this as an excuse. It's not a real thing. No, it is a real thing. But I'm identifying why I'm responding the way that I'm responding. But you have to be willing to fix those things. And I'm saying all of that to say this to Stormy. I get the defense mechanism. Totally understand that. When you grow up in a life where you feel like you got to fight for every damn thing and fight for your damn self, that makes a lot of sense to me. But at the same time, you also got to figure out a way to kind of calm this shit down. You feel what I'm saying? Like calm it down, be aware of your surroundings and just try to move in a certain space. I'm going to do a separate video about that though. You know, like I want to. I'm going to do a separate video about that. I might just do that tonight and put it out to have it come out tomorrow. I might just do that tonight. But that was pretty much all of that. You feel what I'm saying? So let's go into the next scene, which was the Civil Rights Museum. It was Stormy, Courtney, her mama, and daddy. They went to the Civil Rights Museum, and Stormy pretty much said that this is where her and Tiffany had their altercation at. And then Betty was like, well, I'm gonna say this. Do you know what that is across the street? That's that church where those girls got killed at when they was some where those young girls got killed at. And then she was like, for real? She was like, yeah. So y'all over here arguing about something stupid, and you seeing all of this history right here. And so I was like, well, you know, Miss Betty don't never have a point on most things, but she definitely got a point on that one. I can tell you that much. She definitely got a point on that. Because why are y'all arguing at the Civil Rights Museum? That's the last place y'all need to be arguing at. That is the last place y'all need to be arguing at. Like, why are we arguing over here? And so they were going through all of the rich history and a lot of the things that has happened in Alabama and being from the South. And, you know, I think Stormy made a point when she says, you know, when you're raised in the South by, you know, your grandparents and stuff, they have a way of things, and it's because they were closer to slavery than anybody. And that is true, because I think that's why a lot of Black families in particular are dysfunctional, because they pass around these weird ass methods from one generation to the next. And it goes to show you why the families are so dysfunctional. It's like the baby boomers, for the most part. They're very the baby boomers and anybody that came before the baby boomers, they're dysfunctional because they don't know how to love each other. It's kind of like it's kind of like I always say, how millennials are different from Generation Z. What comes before us? What comes before us? Oh God, I don't want to say the wrong thing. Let me look it up. What comes before the millennials? Is it Generation X? I want to say it's Generation X. But I feel like Generation X probably suffered more, and I feel like the millennials are way different from Gen X. Gen X, because of the fact that millennials are basically the type of people that um are willing to break the curses and the cycles that the generation before us was living in, because you see a lot of the things that the baby boomers have passed down to generation X, and then we're millennials, so we see what they have gone through, and it's like, oh no baby, we're not going to go through that, and we're not going to have it. That's where a lot of it comes from. And I feel like I am a firm believer in breaking generational curses. And I feel like I said, it's like baby boomers and anything before that. They lived the life that they lived because of the fact that their parents were like I said, like we said, closer to slavery than anything, because their parents were very close to slavery. So they dealt with certain things and they could never deal with them the same way that we did. So it's the way that we do now. So, you know, but you know, and I see what 256 is saying. She said a lot of the methods are weird, but I do think our generation is a little bit too judgmental of past generations. I mean, I get what you're saying, but I just personally don't feel like I don't feel like we're judgmental. I just feel like we see things for what they are. Because when I listen to my mom talk about her upbringing and the things that she endured, the only thing that I could say was, I don't see how you dealt with that, because I couldn't. How could you deal with stuff like that? How? That's a miserable life for a child. You feel what I'm saying? So, but then again, it may come across. I can see I can come across judgmental though. At the same time, you know. Where we at? So, Stormy and Courtney, they're talking about the Tiffany situation, and she feels like she's being tried by Tiffany. She feels like Tiffany is just doing the absolute most. And it's kind of like, okay, what exactly are you, what exactly is she doing? And Courtney even felt like, oh, she trying you. She really trying you. I don't know if he was just being messy or what, but he said that he feel like the girl trying Stormy. She was. So then she says that I feel compelled to apologize. So, you know what I mean? It's kind of like, okay, well, I'm going to host another get together. It's going to be like the Last Supper where we all come together. We talk about our issues and try to move forward. You feel what I'm saying? We had no choice but to deal with it. What else could we do? I'm not saying that y'all didn't have a choice, but I mean, you got to understand, when I'm listening from the ear with my ears, and I hear my mother tell me about all of her past and what she went through as a kid, it's like, I don't see how y'all could have dealt with that. I mean, I know it wasn't nothing else for y'all to do, but y'all got to understand, if you never lived that way, then what else am I supposed to say? I don't see how. I'm just being me saying I don't see how y'all had to live that way, or I don't see how y'all could have dealt with that type of stuff. That's just me saying I could never live that life. I would never be able to understand that, because that shit was cruel. It was cruel as fuck. And we wonder why our parents were fucked up, because that was the cards that they was dealt, the way their families treated them. And it was normalized. You feel what I'm saying? The shit was normalized. So and I'm pretty sure that if I lived in that time, I probably would have been dealing with it too. But me on the outside looking in, it's kind of crazy, because I just be looking like, what? That's how families treated y'all? That's how the family treated y'all? Like, that's how they talk to y'all? That's how they made y'all feel? I don't know. But we're about to move on to the next part, y'all. So next thing is Tiffany. So I guess she was celebrating her anniversary with her husband. I mean, I really don't know, but she was telling Kendra and Kayla about Stormy kicking her out. She was like, Stormy invited me out to her house for dinner. I came, and she got mad about some seating choices and things like that. And it was kind of like, okay, what's the tea with that? What's going on? And it was kind of like, okay, what's this? And so Tiffany was just a little bit confused. by the whole thing. And, Stormy just kicked me out, cussed me out and kicked me out. And then Kendra was like, so did you go back to Birmingham by yourself? And she said, yeah, I left on my own. And Kendra and Kayla was like, you need to watch your circle because some of those people that was at that dinner was your friends. You need to check your circle. Next thing you know, Amber and Kylan arrives. Then Fumi arrives. Then Tiffany and her husband, they was talking about their love and how long they've been together and how much they love each other and all of that other stuff. So that is when Fumi tells Tiffany that she is invited to Stormy's last supper. Basically, she's invited to her last supper. So she said, I don't really know if I'm going. I think I'm going to go ahead and just not even accept this invite because I don't see where it's going. And so that is when Kayla comes over and confronts the girls about why they didn't leave when Tiffany left. And Amber got Kayla together. Amber got your little play cousin together, baby, and I was here for it. Because who the fuck are you to come and confront me and ask me any fucking thing about why I didn't do this and why I didn't do that? They too grown to be having to pick a side. Tiffany is grown. Tiffany can leave by her fucking self. Tiffany asked to get kicked the fuck out, basically. Like, girl, get the fuck out of my face. Like, who the fuck are you to sit up here and tell me and ask me anything about why I didn't defend or leave or do whatever? Like, what are you talking about? You feel what I'm saying? So, no, Kayla, sit your ass down. You feel what I'm saying? Like, it's just ridiculous. And I'm just, like I said, I was glad that Amber got her ass together. I was too glad that she got her ass together because I'm just like, girl, what? Like, who the fuck are you to be asking me any fucking thing? Like, what's wrong with you? And who raised you? Because when she came over there, like, questioning them and coming at them crazy, I was like, okay, is anybody gonna check her? And when I saw Amber checking her, I was relieved. Like, girl, please. But and my thing is this. It just depends on how close you are to a person, because I feel like the only person that probably should have left with Tiffany was Zanetta. That's the only person you need to be talking to. I don't think you need to be talking to Fumi. I don't think you need to be talking to I don't really think you need to be talking to Amber either. I don't really think that, you know what I mean? Because at the end of the day, Kayla, shut the fuck up. Because nobody ask you anything. Like, why are you talking to me? Who are you again? You want a moment? Do you want one? I'll give you one. Who the fuck you talking to? When I tell y'all she got on my fucking nerves with that, like, girl, who are you? Who are you and why are you talking to me? That's what I was on. Like, who are you and why are you talking to me right about now? Because you don't need to be talking to me right now. Get your ass out my fucking face. You feel what I'm saying? Like, girl, fuck you and get the fuck on. Okay. Anyway, moving on. Let me see. Okay, so Fumi. Now this part got on my nerves. Fumi and her husband talk. Her husband says they need to reconsider taking the house off the market. She said it's not going off. Fumi, you sound stupid. Listen to your husband. They're lowballing y'all. They don't want to give you guys the money that the house is worth at this point. And to be honest, if we're going to be real, your husband never wanted to sell the house anyway. Your husband was never on board to even buy another house. And the kind of house that you want your husband to buy anyway is way too much. And it's like you want to keep up with the goddamn Carters. You need to quit it with that. Like, for real, you need to quit it with that bullshit. Like I said on the last live, and like I said on Roast Review yesterday, just because you got money, that don't mean that you need to spend it all on a house. You feel what I'm saying? So my thing is this. I just feel like Fumi need to sit her ass down. Either y'all gonna take the low ball or y'all gonna stay y'all ass in that fucking house. That's the only thing that I can say. And he's trying to give her the pros and the cons about them keeping that house on the market, and she's not hearing it. But you saying that he need to spend his money on a house, so he should have a say so, shouldn't he, Foamy? It was funny at first, but girl, please. Then she got mad and told me she gonna cry. See, this is the part that annoys me with Foamy. She act like a kid. You feel what I'm saying? Like she act like a child, and that's not appealing to me. Like, girl, sit down. No, when we are selling the house. Well, we're not selling the house. Oh, it's not going back on the market. My girl. Anyway, the Last Supper. Amber got 23 eggs, and now she got to find her man. Fumi brings up her disagreement with Sam, and Amber says that she never believed that Sam wanted to sell the house in the first place. And I'm glad somebody up in there got some sense, because that man never wanted to sell that damn house. People are wondering if Tiffany is done with the collective because she's not at the dinner. And they start talking about how, well, we told Tiffany that you invited her and things like that. And then they start bringing up the situation with Kayla. And Amber feels like Kayla should have just stayed in her damn place when it came down to whatever was going on between the collective and Tiffany. It didn't have nothing to do with her. So that's just the basis of that. So then, they feel like Tiffany told Kayla and Kendra what happened. I sincerely believe that Tiffany did tell Kendra and Kayla. I mean, who else could have told them? Because for them to know what happened, of course, Tiffany told them. So then Tiffany arrives as they're talking about it, and Stormy then apologizes to Tiffany, about how she treated her at her home and how she felt and things like that. And then Tiffany turned around and apologized to Stormy. But she still don't trust Stormy. And although she apologized, she still don't trust her. To be honest, I ain't even mad at that. If you don't trust that girl, then I get it, because y'all was just beefing. So there's really no need for nobody to feel like they need to trust somebody right away, because that'll be completely ridiculous to think that you're going to trust somebody right away. I mean, come on now. Like, y'all was just beefing. She was, talking about your bar ain't bigger than your bike and all that other shit. So it's kind of like, yeah, girl, like, no, y'all don't need to be up here acting like y'all are besties and shit like that. Like, y'all don't need to do none of that. That's how I feel about the situation. So absolutely. You know what I mean? Absolutely not. I get it. What else is going on here? Amber says she still don't trust Kayla in the collective, because she still act like she don't know what's funny and what's not. Fumi says that she don't like Amber's short jokes and stuff like that. Then I got a foot wash section, and then they put blindfolds on. Then they see this whole sign by the highway of the Belle Collective Birmingham girls, and they're very excited about it. And that was pretty much the end of the episode. I mean, listen. Although this episode didn't give a whole lot, it was worth the watch, I will say. The season was only 7 episodes, and then we're going to get a 1-part reunion next week. And I'm very excited to see how that reunion is going to turn out. So I hope you guys tune in and just, all that other good stuff, because I feel like this was a good season and it was refreshing. I do think they need to make Sonetta official Belle, and they may need one more person to kind of edge it out. But it looked like the reunion just might be a tad bit good. It might be good. That's how I feel about it, y'all. But I hate that it's over already, though, when Love and Marriage Huntsville is still running and they're filming a new season right now. But anyway, we're about to get up out of here, y'all. But tomorrow is audition day for the Scene ATL, child. They're getting ready to interview the potential newbies for next season, child. This weekend, they finalized the new cast, honey. I can't wait to see what's going on. I think we start filming the Scene ATL in about 3 weeks. So, yes, they getting this cast finalized and shit. Y'all probably going to see the Scene ATL in December. So, we'll see how that goes. I'll be telling y'all what's going on as time goes on. My book, That's Why You're Lonely Too, is about to go into production. Not really production, but they're about to start editing it, because my publisher, she read it. She read the whole manuscript and she loved it. And We're about to get into the editing process. I'm about to start paying my publishing package again. The way going about this book a different way this time. I learned from my mistakes last year, and I don't want to go broke trying to get this book out like I did last year. I just don't. But we're coming with different ways to get it done the right way. You feel what I'm saying? So my next book should be out third or fourth quarter, like September, October, somewhere in there. I think that's all I got. Oh, and me and Josiah, we're going to start working on our Bestie Chat podcast this summer. So be on the lookout for that. Bestie Chat podcast will be coming out later this year. So be on the lookout for that. Scotty, did you get your eyebrows done? Yes, I did. Every time I get my hair cut, they arch my brows. So if that's the difference you see, because I just got my hair cut. So I normally get my eyebrows done when I get my hair cut. So that's what y'all see. But anyhow, we're about to get up out of here. But before we do, make sure you guys support my best friend Sammy. He has a t-shirt line on Etsy. It's called Shifted. Make sure you guys go and support him. He's a good dear friend of mine, been my best friend for over a decade. He's doing good things. So be sure to support him. Okay. What else is going on? What else I got going on? Oh, and since I'm talking about my new book, be sure to go out and pick up the book that I got out right now called That's Why You're Lonely. It's available on Amazon and Kindle Books. And if you have read the book, please go and leave some reviews on it. It ain't that many reviews on the book. I need for you guys to leave some reviews on that book so people can be compelled to purchase it. And with that being said, you guys, it's be your boy Scotty by Nature TV. Be sure to like, rate, comment, subscribe, share this video, and also click on the notification bell so you can be notified whenever video drops. And if you want to follow me on any form of social media, it's my Twitter, my Instagram, and my TikTok will be down below. With that being said, you guys, your boys are about here, and I will see you guys on the next one. Bye.